Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Pink Edit podcast, hosted by yours truly, Elena. Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope you've had a great week or a great day, and hope you're all doing good. Honestly, it's been a week since I moved back home from university officially. And it's actually been quite nice. I've been keeping busy with helping my parents in a takeaway, but also just trying to reorganize my room, putting my stuff from uni back. I would say back, but it's more like finding space to put these stuff away, because they don't tell you, but I will. But you accumulate so much stuff over your 3, 4, 7-year course, and honestly, I'm trying to find space to put them all. Anyways, that's going very slowly, actually. But I've been able to put all my clothes away, which is really good, because I have too much clothes, turns out. So no more shopping clothes for me for a very long time. But yeah, but also graduation is next week. I can't believe it's already that quick. But we've got a busy week next week, which, don't worry, I will vlog it all. So make sure if you're watching this or listening to this on YouTube, you subscribe and turn post notifications to be notified when those videos will be uploaded. But I can't believe it. I'm actually not feeling that nervous for the actual ceremony of like us graduates walking across the stage, but I'm more worried about because the ceremony time is 9:30 in the morning. 9:30 in the morning. I'm not looking forward to that at all. I'm actually quite scared that I'm gonna wake up late and miss the call time, because we're actually supposed to be at the venue 45 minutes before, and your guests are supposed to be there half an hour before, which I kind of don't understand why we have to be that early beforehand, 45 minutes before. What are we gonna do for 45 minutes? Because usually I'm not a morning person, and I feel really not ill, but just feel really bad in the morning, and it takes quite a while for me to warm up and stuff. I'm really not a morning person, so yeah, that's the only thing I'm not looking forward to, putting full beat on 7 o'clock in the morning. I've never really done that before, so yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have a good day though, hopefully. So yeah, but also I graduate with a 2-1, which I'm so actually chuffed with myself, because I literally said to myself, as long as I graduate with a minimum of 2-2, I'm good. But I got 2-1, so I'm really happy with myself with that. So yeah. But today's episode is going to be a little catch up, but also I think it's going to be a little rant about education as well, because actually receiving that grade opened my eyes, with especially educators. So yeah, but obviously update, like I said, moving stuff slowly, trying to reorganize as best as I can, and I've been looking for jobs and stuff, and also I've been applying to this thing, which I'm in the middle of still doing the application form thing, which I probably will share with you some other time, because I actually need to get it first. So that's what I'm going to say about that. But this week is going to be start of another heat wave, which I'm not looking forward to. Today was already 24 degrees. It didn't feel too warm. I can't say that, because I actually woke up at 2 p.m. today. I'm not proud to say, but since I got home, I think it's because I'm more relaxed and comfortable at home that I actually just can't wake up early. Like at uni, I literally can wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning. If I set my alarm, I turn it off and I'm up. But at home, if I turn it off, I actually fall back asleep until literally like 12 p.m. I don't understand. Someone who understands the science of that, please let me know. Actually, yeah, that's a problem. I've been struggling to wake up properly for the past week and a bit, so that is fun. But yeah, but the rant about education actually stems from when I saw my grade and I got a 2-1, which like I said, I'm so proud of myself to get a 2-1. It just made me realize how important like the type of educator you have, and if there's any educators listening to this, like teachers or lecturers, just so you know, how good of an educator you are actually makes a massive impact on students, even those mature students like undergraduates and postgraduates. Because to think about it, my secondary school teachers were awful. Besides, like, if I look back properly now, besides one teacher, all the rest were actually quite awful. And yeah, it made me lose hope in my abilities, because I am admitting it, but I am quite an average student. I'm not really like, say, the smartest person ever. I get mainly B's and C's, and yeah, I remember asking for help at school, especially during A levels. I've had teachers tell me I'm too busy. Look at the Google folder, because at school we used Google stuff. Yeah, and I needed help mostly with like in my writing lessons, like not writing, but theory lessons is more about like essays, and I struggle with essay writing. So I asked help for essay writing, and obviously when it comes to subjects, it's different structures for different subjects, right? My geography teacher was literally like, look at, I don't have time, look at the Google folder, it's in there, the help is in there. Which, by the way, it turns out those help in the Google folders were half-done essays, or essays with only 2 paragraphs on them. So yeah, it's not like I can find out what I need to actually put in my essay to get a good grade. So yeah, so that was not great. And then obviously I don't know why, but I took maths. I should have dropped it at the end of the year 12, but my school's on crack or something. But yeah, my teachers could not explain shit to me well. Literally, I'm not saying he's stupid, like he's one of the teachers, he's like actually like really good at maths, like he's like quote unquote mathematician, but he's actually shit at the teacher bit. He cannot explain well. Because my brother also has that teacher, and he says that this teacher is not that great either. So I'm not being crazy, and my brother's extremely smart. Okay, so I know I'm not just saying it just because I'm a shit like student, if that makes sense. Yeah, the only teacher I could say is one of my English teachers. She went out her way to print out extra material for us, which, when it comes to teachers, especially in primary and secondary school spaces, obviously a lot of material and all that stuff, it comes out their own pockets, right? Like if you run out of exercise books, who's the ones paying for them? It's actually not the school, it's the teachers. Because school budgets, I understand, they get cut so much, which is kind of crazy when education is actually so important. And we actually take it for granted, and obviously we have politicians lie about like spending money on our education sectors when actually they're cutting school funding. Kind of crazy, but yeah, education is a privilege, people don't understand that. They just says, oh, you have to go to school. It's literally a privilege because a lot of other kids less fortunate than, you and me, can't get that privilege of going to school. They can't get that education to, better their future. So it's a cycle. So yes, education is very important. But yeah, when I came to uni though, definitely the quality in teaching and just like help for students in general was so much more better and so different. And just saying, oh, it's because you pay £9,500 every year. No, it's actually not, because the lecturers choose to be there. If you're saying about school teachers, it feels like, oh, it's the only job for them. But for lecturers, they choose to be there because as a lecturer, they also still have to do research stuff. Like, they can't just like become a lecturer and stay a lecturer. They actually still do research stuff, and they actually like have quite a lot of research leaves, or they publish a lot of papers and stuff. It is literally not just for them to earn money. They actually go and do research for themselves still, because my lecturers were actually so good. They like, although you had to book like office hours with them, when you do get it, and even though they're only 15 minutes long, they actually go out of their way to make sure your questions are answered. They can maybe find a bit more extra materials and stuff like that. Making sure all your questions are answered. And even though they say that they can't help you with telling you what to put in your essays, they're actually really good at guiding you to put stuff in your essays. And like, I've asked lecturers, like, is this a good topic to talk about in the essay, or would it be like wasting time? And I actually had one of my lecturers this semester, as in this second semester or third year, went out his way, because obviously I booked quite a lot of office hours with him over the semester, because his like module is actually quite hard for me. But he went out of his way, because our last like project that counted towards the grade, it was actually doing research of our own, like doing an actual proper like research paper and stuff, but obviously much smaller. And he knew what I was doing about, and I was doing it on like anti-aging and stuff. And he actually went out of his way to email me an article he came across, or he found on the internet, and sent it to me and going, I hope actually this might help you. I came across it and stuff. Like, he actually went out his way to do it for me. Not do it for me, but be nice and actually send me an article that I possibly could have talked about in my essay. Like, hello. And he didn't just do that for me, because I know one of my friends from my course actually told me as well that he did the same thing for her. And like I said, lecturers choose to be there. School teachers are forced to be there. Obviously, not all school teachers are bad, but it feels like majority are like bad, because I think in schools, especially in the UK, they care about the presentation of that school and the sports of the school. They actually do not give a fuck about education at all, and it's kind of crazy, because my school alone, they produced but a few I say well-known, but they actually play for the national team of Wales. But I think like 3 players, like past, present players, I don't actually know who's still on the squad or not. I don't really keep up with rugby, but yeah, a few former pupils from my school played for Wales's national rugby team. Okay, like, yeah, that's kind of cool, but at the same time, that's actually all they actually give a fuck about. And it's kind of crazy. They literally have the wall right in front of the like main hall of the school just full of pictures of students of like this sports achievement, going like, he played for the under 13s, I don't know, high jumped so high, I don't know, but they have that. And it's kind of weird to me. How is that? Like, how is sports your only focus when schools are actually about education. I think you've lost the plot there. You're like, if you think about it, if teachers are like, those teachers are the forced to be their teachers, you're not paid enough to say this is what their school rules are, you know, like, especially with uniform. But yeah, I've never understood the uniform bit. Like, you're only allowed one stud in each ear, no necklaces, no rings, and no bracelets, and you have to have the school I'm not being funny, school uniform is expensive, okay? If parents can't pay for the school uniform, it's actually not their fault. They're trying their best to earn the money, just like you. And I think you're not paid enough to care that much about school representation. Like, what? Why do you care how many earrings is in my ears? Seriously. I think you should be more worried about if James over there is failing maths or not. So yeah, my school does not give a fuck about education. Seriously, they don't care. And they favor the athletic students. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, this is why I don't understand my school. I never will. And I don't understand educators who think that, you know, it's just a job. They have the mentality of it's just a job. It's really not when it involves young people's lives. Like, you don't want them, quote unquote, be on the streets, you know, antisocial behavior, stuff like that. You don't want that for anybody, to be honest. And you want them to have a good future where they're stable, they have a good job. You know, why the fuck would you seriously, like, be so absent in the job you chose to do, especially where it comes to like being social and interacting with young people where, especially if it's secondary school, they are like so impressionable and stuff as well. And especially like as a teenager or, you know, a young person, these experiences and the way people treat you actually affect you so much. Personally, to me, it's affected me so much that it made me doubt my academic abilities, especially at uni as well, even though uni had better support systems and like better educators. I think what makes university so good for me was actually how good the lecturers and personal tutors was not actually the institution itself, but actually the people who choose to be there to teach people, you know. I don't know why my voice keeps changing. I literally just coughed it out, but it's back to whatever it is. So yeah, like I said, so if you decide to be a teacher, anyone listening who decides to want to be a teacher, let me tell you this from someone who's experienced good and bad educators. If you especially decide to choose to teach people who in the stage of their life are taking important exams, be the educator that chooses to be there. Don't be the educator that feels forced to do it just because it's a job. It is not, like I said, I get so annoyed when they have the mentality, teachers have the mentality of it's just a job. You don't understand how some parents are actually so concerned for the kids if they don't understand. Like my parents, they're not helicopter parents, but when I tell them I'm stuck or I don't understand and they can't help me, they literally tell me to go and ask the teachers. And at some point as well, it almost got into an argument that between me and my dad, saying like, oh, you didn't ask the teachers for help, I asked for help. And I actually broke down over this, especially during second year of A-levels, because the teachers literally sucked ass. I broke down at home going, I don't understand this. The teachers are no help. I'm going to fail my A-levels. It's crazy because like teachers already have the qualifications. Why are you fucking up other people's chances of, you know, getting a good grade or whatever? I'll never understand that, especially like at school. They literally are so chalant about like favorites, especially students. I don't understand when teachers have favorite students. It pisses me off, because coming from a student who was actually not that liked by teachers, from like me thinking about it, like the way they treated me and stuff, I don't think I was liked by many teachers. It's kind of crazy, because I asked for help and they're like so ass. They half-heartedly helped me, or they didn't help me at all. And it's kind of crazy, because like you ask your friends and they also can only understand so much. So yeah, they're the ones doing it with you. Then I feel like sometimes asking friends and other students isn't gonna help you, because they're literally in your class and they are learning it the same time as you. So yeah, I will for like, I know my dad tells me never to hold grudges, but this is between you and me, but the biggest grudge I'll ever hold against educators will be teachers from my school. You made school, if the students, like quote unquote friends as well, didn't make it a living hell, you also added the fucking gasoline to the fire to make it an extra hell for me. It literally, like I said, it made me doubt my academic abilities. I feel like, oh, I'm always gonna be this average BC student, I'm never gonna get good grades for, employers to hire me and stuff. Let me just tell you, being a good educator is very, very, very important, okay? And I don't think people stress this enough, because they just think being a teacher is just another job. Like I said, to those who want to become an educator, make sure you want to become a teacher for the right reasons. Make sure you want to actually become a teacher that makes a good lasting impact on a student, and make sure you're a teacher who teaches to make sure their kids understand what they're learning, because that's the whole point of school. Because even if in the UK primary and secondary school are free, you're paid still to do the teaching. You're still gonna get paid. And obviously, like, I understand kids could be difficult to handle sometimes, but at the end of the day, you decide to choose that job, so make sure you do the job properly. But yeah, that's my rant on education, which is, I know, quite long, to be honest, because I'm also filming this at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and don't ask why. So yeah, anyways, so shout out to my lecturers. So grateful to have lecturers like you, because you actually helped me so much. And these lecturers are probably doing it the same amount of times as school teachers, but they are still as passionate as they probably first started. Teachers are not. I don't understand why, but yeah. Anyways, heatwave, like I said. Actually, I'm filming this on Thursday, 1 a.m, but they said tomorrow is going to be 30 degrees. I'm not looking forward to it. Thank God I'm not in London, because if I was, I'd be melted, because it's probably going to be like close to 40. And there's no AC in the UK, so I'm not looking forward to this. It says it's going to be 25 today. I feel like it's going to be hotter. So yeah, also nice. It's not a nice update, it's really random, because I just saw it on my desk, because obviously the World Cup and stuff, but Coca-Cola's done a collab with Panini, and my dad accidentally bought the one with the collab for Panini. He does not give a poop about this, but obviously they do the ones where you can collect the stickers on the wrappers of the Coca-Cola bottle, and we only have one, which is the one my dad actually bought. And guess who we have? We have Lamine Yamal, and turns out he's actually one of the rare ones. So first try, we got Lamine Yamal. Anyone who wants it, hit me up. We can make a deal on this. Anyways, I'm actually excited to see my course mates again next week as well. Also, one of my friends just got engaged. I won't tell you who it is, obviously, personal details to be kept, but I'm actually so happy for her. Yeah, and obviously I asked her like, when's the wedding? But obviously it won't be. She told me it won't be for another while, but if she does get married, it'll be my first wedding. Oh, on to go to friends' weddings, when they start happening. Lols. Before anyone says, what about you, Ella? I'm single as fuck. Actually, Loki would be so happy to stay this way as well, to be honest. And in my future, just live in my house with my pets, and I actually would be so content. But yeah, if any of my friends listen to this, when are y'all getting engaged and married? I want to go and attend a wedding as a guest, and not as because my parents were invited because they were my parents' friends. I actually want to go to weddings as a proper guest. So, any of my friends, like I said, listening to this, I'm waiting for their marriages and proposals, guys. Which actually, to be honest, is quite ironic because the majority of my friends are single. Yeah. Application dating forms for them. Let me know if you want them. I'm joking. But yes. So congratulations to my friend. You know who you are, but so excited for you. So happy for you. Actually, that's so I keep saying actually, I don't know why, but that's actually like so cool to think that one of my friends are actually engaged. But yeah, nothing for me. I'm all good. Single to Pringle, and I'm happy. It will probably stay that way. But to be honest, where I live, I would not want to date any guy from where I live, to be honest. I've done that once, and I think I'm done. Lols. But also, I can't say much about Uni City because I got into a situationship, and yeah, that was done too. That was done in like 4 to 5 months in literally beginning of first year. We don't talk about that either, but if you want a story time, let me know, because I could do a story time on YouTube, which will probably just be digs at men. Yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know this is a little shorter than the usual 30, but it's getting late. Okay guys, it's almost 1:30. But like I said, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're listening to this on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, and like the video. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, make sure you follow the podcast and make sure to download it or whatever. I still don't understand the Spotify thing, but download it, play it, subscribe, follow the profile, I guess. And make sure you follow me on my other social medias. They're both Eleanor Lee _05 on TikTok and Instagram. But yes, I hope there was a nice rant today, especially about educators, because I feel like that's not talked a lot about, and it's actually quite important. So yeah, make sure to stay safe, make sure to take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Love you all. Bye bye.